In this video, we will discuss DNA, genes, and mutations. So, what is DNA? A cell uses a code in its hereditary material. This code is a chemical called deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. DNA contains information for an organism's growth and function. It is stored in the nucleus of a cell on a chromosome. When a cell divides, the DNA code is copied and passed to the new cells. Every cell contains the exact same DNA codes. In 1950, scientists knew what DNA was made of, but they didn't know how the parts of the DNA were arranged. We found that out later. So DNA is made up of two chains of molecules in a spiral form and looks kind of like a ladder. So you can see a picture of DNA right here. Each side of the ladder is made up of sugar phosphate molecules. Each molecule has a sugar and a phosphate group. So this is the sugar phosphate part. The rungs of the ladder, that's these right here, are made up of nitrogen bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Adenine is always paired up next to thymine, so A always goes next to T. And guanine is always next to cytosine, so C is always next to G. When chromosomes are duplicated in the nucleus, the amount of DNA is doubled. Everything always stays in the same order, though. A always goes with T, G always goes with C, as you can see here. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about genes. What are some characteristics that you have? What color hair or eyes do you have? These characteristics depend on the kind of proteins that your cells make. DNA stores the instructions for making these proteins. So the instructions for making a specific protein are found on a gene. A gene is simply a section of DNA on a chromosome. Each chromosome contains hundreds of genes. Mutations are any permanent change in the DNA sequence of a gene or chromosome of a cell. Sometimes mistakes happen when DNA is being copied. Some mutations occur when cells receive an extra chromosome. An example of this is Down syndrome. Another example of a mutation is when they're missing a chromosome. So that's all for today. Please write down any questions that you have, and we will discuss DNA again tomorrow in class. Have a great rest of your night.